Hello everyone, and welcome back. Today, we're diving into the first episode of Prince William's new documentary, We Can End Homelessness, which just aired on ITV. The initiative aims to tackle homelessness in the UK, an ambitious goal to say the least. And while there's no question that the cause is worthwhile, we can't help but wonder whether this documentary actually brings new solutions to the table, or if it's just another example of the royal family's well-polished public relations. Let's take a closer look. William has promised to end homelessness in 5 years. It's a bold statement, one that sounds inspirational on the surface. But here's the catch. It doesn't actually involve providing people with housing or using the royal family's vast resources. Instead, his plan seems to rely on raising awareness and supporting existing charities like Shelter, The Big Issue, and Centrepoint. William suggested he would act as a glue to hold these groups together. But what does that mean in practice? And is it enough to address the scale of the crisis? It almost seemed as if William is more focused on being a supporting figure for these charities rather than implementing any real solutions himself. This approach may reveal a deeper truth. He's comfortable playing a symbolic role, but unwilling to make personal sacrifices that could create lasting change. This leads me to a rare occasion where I agree with the Daily Mail's Jan Moir, who pointed out, William is in a unique position. He's one of the wealthiest landowners in the UK, with properties valued at billions. Imagine if he opened even a fraction of these estates to the homeless, or helped fund affordable housing initiatives directly. Instead, the documentary gave us scenes of William looking serious and concerned as he discussed homelessness, yet without any concrete commitments. We're left asking, is this really going to change lives? Now, let's talk about the documentary itself. For those who've watched royal documentaries before, the formula is all too familiar. There's William meeting with charity representatives, William chatting with people in need, and William giving that signature royal look of deep concern. The problem is that these moments feel carefully orchestrated, almost rehearsed, to show us exactly what William wants us to see. This kind of selective presentation might work if we felt it was leading to concrete steps. But here, it almost feels like watching a performance, one that's more about reinforcing William's public image than making lasting change. Jan Moir even noted that 6 minutes into the documentary, we saw William in an apron serving up roast potatoes at a charity Christmas lunch, while invoking memories of his mother, Princess Diana. Talk about manipulation. Speaking of Diana, the documentary included exclusive photos of William and Diana visiting homeless shelters, emphasizing that she was the inspiration behind his mission. It's touching, no doubt. But is this initiative really about following in Diana's footsteps? Or is there more going on beneath the surface? I honestly agree with those who have suggested this could be part of the ongoing one-sided competition William has with his brother Harry. Honestly, Harry has proven that he is all about carrying Princess Diana's legacy forward. He does not need exclusive photos of him and Diana. His actions speak for him. But William, with no actions, is using his connection to Diana as a shield, an emotional appeal that overshadows the need for real, practical steps. While Harry has taken on causes with specific actions, like his work with the Halo Trust, mental health initiatives, and the Invictus Games, William's homelessness plan remains more abstract. Another point critics have raised is the documentary's avoidance of deeper systemic issues. Homelessness in the UK is tied to complex social, economic, and political factors, from lack of affordable housing to rising evictions. Astonishingly, the documentary didn't touch on any of this, instead focusing solely on awareness and charity work. There's a certain irony in watching one of the UK's wealthiest individuals, someone who benefits from inherited wealth and a tax-exempt royal status, discussing the need to end homelessness without addressing the very system that allows such inequality to persist. Imagine the impact if William had acknowledged these root causes, or even spoken in support of legislative changes to protect renters. As the statistics rolled across the screen, 350,000 people without homes, 80,000 families in temporary accommodations, it became painfully clear that raising awareness alone will not solve this problem. Homelessness is increasing, and experts agree that policy change is essential. But instead of discussing these hard truths, the documentary stayed silent on anything even remotely political. At one point, William asks a homeless man, "How do we get the national psyche of people to understand the human story of why people might be street homeless?" While it's a noble question, it feels disconnected from the urgency of homelessness today. He's asking the homeless for insight, but shouldn't he already know the answer, as someone who is supposedly leading this mission? Homelessness is not just a story to be understood, it's a crisis requiring practical solutions. And yet, we never get a clear sense of how William plans to achieve the goal of eradicating homelessness. His vision of being an umbrella or glue sounds good, but it leaves us wondering, what does it actually mean for those on the streets? And is that what they really need? So what could William have done differently? For one, he could have used his influence to push for systemic changes, like affordable housing policies or protections for renters facing eviction. Or he could have allocated a portion of the royal family's resources, land, or financial assets toward creating housing solutions. Even a symbolic gesture of offering temporary housing on royal properties would have made a powerful statement. But instead, we're left with a documentary that feels more like a royal PR piece than a groundbreaking initiative. By staying within the safe, apolitical bounds, William's initiative risks becoming just another awareness campaign, one that allows the royal family to look compassionate without actually challenging the systems that perpetuate homelessness. So, is William's homelessness initiative a step in the right direction? Certainly not. In the grand scheme of things, raising awareness only goes so far. If William truly wants to make an impact, he'll need to look beyond carefully curated appearances and start addressing the real barriers that keep people homeless. Thank you for watching. If you found this video insightful, please like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Do you think William's initiative has the potential to make real change, or is it another example of royal PR? We'd love to hear from you.